Oh, cool. Sorry, it's doing this differently this time, I guess. It just automatically started streaming. Okay, so, uh, I am a bit depressed today, if you can't tell. Oh, sorry. I mean, it's 8 in the morning, and, oh, I need to charge my laptop, sorry. Um, 8 in the morning, and haven't brushed my hair, or brushed my teeth, or gotten dressed. Um, I just figured I should get up and do this now. Well, I was feeling up to it. Sorry. I'm really tired. I could have slept in today. I really could have. My in laws have the kids. So that we can uh, rearrange furniture and spend time together alone. And yeah, I really should have. Anyway, I have been making my own wristbands lately. I was thinking about doing acrylic paint, which was last minute. But I was too depressed to do acrylic painting again. This is not the first week I put it off. But I've been making these wristbands lately. I have these new mantras. So here's one of them, if you can see it. It says gallant. And here goes another one. This one I did kind of made the lettering invisible on purpose. It says integrity. And I don't think you can really quite see. I don't know. I'm not seeing the stream in real time. But this is what they look like. I think they actually look really cool. So I'm going to show you guys how I make them. Oh, and I'm also going to read my mantras to you so that you know where I'm pulling these words from and what exactly is going on. If I can find my mantras. Okay, I closed the doc. Let me pull it up real quick. Oh, sorry. Okay, I have 9 of these things. Charity. Nobody comes in contact with me without leaving the better for it. I will find a need in everyone I come across and fill it. I am charitable. So that's the first one. Humble. A vain word never leaves my lips. I will not speak of what I think of myself unless in reference to my mental health. This one I do because with my depression, I tend to talk like I'm really vain, and I put myself down in front of others and at the same time, and it's bad, and I don't want to do that anymore. So this is not going to be a permanent thing where I don't talk about what I think of myself, but for now, yeah. The graceful. I move like a swan. I will hold my head up and my back straight and pick up my feet. I am graceful. I'm clearly not doing that right now. But I've been better at doing it because I'm remembering this. And if, with the wristband, I'll remember even better. I think that just the fact of making the wristband, it's time that you put into it thinking specifically of that thing. So that's helpful for me. Eloquent. No buts, ums, or likes about it. If you've seen my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. I will pay attention to the words that leave my lips and improve them. I am eloquent. Radiant. People see me shine. I will read my scriptures and become more like Christ. I am radiant. Welcoming. People are drawn to me and they feel safe at my side. I will smile at everyone. I am welcoming. Loving. My presence makes others feel whole. I will always look for ways to show others I care. I am loving. Integrity. I always follow through. I will follow through. I have integrity. I know that one's repetitive, but I think it's kind of important. Gallant. To be a hero. I will be a hero and be brave for the sake of those relying on me. I am gallant. So, that's what we got. Let's see if I can find my other. I actually did make one other wristband. Uh, I have 2 of my Zox wristbands right here, and I have like 20 coming in the mail, no joke. But I seriously love these things. So this one's Forgive Yourself. This is, I'm not an affiliate, by the way. I just really freaking, I'm obsessed with these. And this one says, Today I will not worry. Heck, I would love to be an affiliate, though. And they're super cute. And some of them are, obviously, they're not all cute. Some of them are just cool. And these ones are probably like 1/2 inch. I got 3/4 inch elastic, though. Not 1/2 inch. Okay, so here's one of my failed ones. At first, I wasn't sure I was doing. I just was trying to do a line along the bottom, and it didn't. It just didn't turn out very nice. So I just gave it up and moved on. And okay, If I find the other one I made, I will show you guys. But I don't actually know where that one is right now. But that one, I spelled the word radiant and I drew like I made like a little sun. Anyway, one other idea of what you could do with these is you could get just the white. I have white and black here. But you could get just the white and you could get fabric markers or something or permanent markers and you could just color it. And that's one option. That's not an option I'd thought about before until like right now. That actually sounds like a really fun option. A good excuse for me to finally get colored permanent markers because I don't have any of those. But yeah, that'd be cool. That might be easier than this. But I really do like the texture. I actually think the texture is fantastic. Like just to have the texture, is an anxiety thing. To be able to feel that, to feel the stitches. So I like that. And now I gotta choose which word I'm making next. I think I'm gonna do it on white because I've made the other two permanent ones I've made now are black. And I'm not done with these, by the way. The backs I just stitched together, and what I'm gonna do when I'm done is I'm gonna get a little piece of fabric and wrap it around so that the edges are tucked in, and get my sewing machine out and just stitch them on, kind of like what the Zox wristbands have, where you can't see where they connect because elastic doesn't just come in a circle. So I'm pretty sure that's what this is for. And that's kind of what I'm going to do, but I'm going to use cute pattern fabric. So, got to pick my word. I kind of want to do welcoming. That's a long one. But yeah, I want to do welcoming. And then I'm going to pick colors that I feel like I can associate with that word. I put a bunch of the colors I like over here, but let's not do any of those right now. Okay. I put a link in the description to a thing of embroidery floss, but it's not this exact one because I did not buy this on the same YouTube or on the same Amazon account. I bought this on my husband's and I don't have the login to his right now, so I couldn't find it. That's okay. Embroidery floss seems to be pretty much the same standard no matter where you get it. Although I think there is some like fancy high quality embroidery floss out there too. I don't use that stuff. I just use regular embroidery floss. Okay. So I like to pick 3 colors. Ooh, that one's cute. I'm not sure that's the one I want to use yet. I think I'm going to do pink and cream for 2 of my colors. This is the first time I've actually taken everything out. That one's cute too. I just like colors too much, honestly. No, I'll save the all pink for the loving one. Just having trouble thinking this through. There are too many options. So that's one thing. The link that I gave you guys is the link to the 50 pack, and I'm pretty sure that mine is more than 50. So, you guys don't have to worry as much about that, about the color options. I really don't think there are many doubles in here. There's just a lot of options. Oh, and I put a link to a case for embroidery floss in there. It's the case that I ordered, but I don't have it yet. I think it's going to get here like today. So if it turns out to not be the best quality or to be the wrong thing, I'll come back and take that out. In the meantime, should be good. Okay, so I'm going to use these 2 colors. Then I'm going to pick between these 2 for which one to do with them. Let's go with the lighter color. I just like lighter colors. Okay. So, oh, and then I have to decide which ones are going to do where. So what I do is I pick 2 of them, and I put 2 along the bottom one along the top, usually one of the ones at the bottom, and then pick the other one that I didn't do on bottom and do a line out of that one, and then out of the third color I do the lettering. So I think I want to spell welcoming with the crane, I think. Or maybe the green? Usually this part isn't so hard for me. Maybe it's just because it's so early in the morning. I don't know. But I'm going to have to move the laptop because I'm running out of battery. Okay, that is not the right treasure code. It seems to be stuck. Don't know what's going on over here. Here we go. And okay, so I guess I will put this up here. If I can somehow shove everything over and not lose everything. This might be possible. There go my medication. Goes my medication. I think I was aiming to say something else. Oh crap, that's my water. I really should have cleaned up before I started here today. I really should have. I don't think anything's ruined. So there's that. Yeah, okay, go Mariah. Clearly should have thought that through more. Okay. I guess I don't have to hold that anymore. Not hold, I wasn't holding it. I was not sitting here holding a lamp. And I'm using fabric scissors. Okay, you want to use fabric scissors for this. I did not put a link to those. Fabric scissors. I mean, you don't have to. You really don't have to. But they're a little easier. Oh, did I decide what color and then forget? I'm going to do welcoming in pink. So, right, and I'm doing this on a white wristband. That's very tired today. So, what I do is I just wrap this around my wrist and don't pull it tight and kind of hold where, but just make it the exact length of my wrist is what I do. And then I cut, and you really want to make sure that you pin this back. I know I am tempted to take shortcuts sometimes and not do responsible things like this, but this will be a mess and not be very fun if you do not put the pin back in the elastic. Okay, and then what I do, I keep forgetting which colors I've chosen. I'll just put that one over there. It's kind of tricky sometimes. Hold the embroidery floss tight when you pull out the thread, and it'll be a lot easier. It'll actually come out that way. You want this first string, to be a little over twice as long as the thing. That way you don't have to stop and tie knots. Wait, let me double check that. Let me make sure that's how long I've been making it. So this is one I was using before, and this one was a really good length for the string. Okay, so actually it's about 3.5 times as long. So you want to do one 3.5 times as long. You don't have to measure that exactly. Since I have that one pre-cut, I'm just going to use that. And, okay. Here's the weird part. You probably could just use like actual thread to do this. This is probably still thicker. But embroidery floss is made of 6 different threads woven together. And I use individual threads. So To make this easier, if you kind of hold the floss between your fingers and just pull, you really have to hold it. It will get really difficult to pull if you're not holding that like that. It just gets all tangled up in knots. The same with doing it this way. I actually didn't know that holding it this way would help with this. It's just what I usually do for pulling out the rest of the thread, and it just did that for this video, just barely, and it worked. So, woohoo! That's a good trick that actually works. And you only need to do you only need to cut them this long for the ones that are going to be wrapping around or sewn across the entire bracelet. You don't need to do that for the ones that you're just stitching little designs for. They do not need to be that long. It'll get kind of annoying if they're that long. Alright, and when you thread the needle, and the needles that I'm putting in the link are not the exact needles I'm using, just because I got mine at Walmart. But just so that you have a link if you happen to want one. Oh, I think my husband's awake. It's a bit early for him too, but he usually wakes up at like 5 in the morning for work. Okay. So yeah, linking the string works. I know there's those little weird tools that help. So I always start with the bottom one, just because. So I'll show you guys, if you guys don't know how to do this. I've never really learned how to actually do embroidery. I think that I was taught how to do a couple different stitches, and then for the rest of it, I just mess around. I enjoy sewing, and I enjoy experimenting and coming up with new things myself. So I tied a knot in the thread and just went through, and then I'm going to, so it comes out the top, and then I'm going to go up like half a centimeter or something. I'm just going to pick amount of space, and keep doing it that amount of space, and come up through, and before it comes through all the way, I'm going to take the thread and go through the loop. Okay, so when it comes out, it looks like this, and it's kind of got a little knot, but what this is really going to do is just going to keep the thread framing the thing. So again, take the thread underneath, pull it partially through, make sure that this is straight like this, and then go through, and then just finish pulling. And that is how you do that. And I hope you got that. If not, I guess just replay those two parts over and over again if you're interested in learning that. It's pretty simple, but I know that learning things over videos can be complicated. Oh no, and I just started to do it when the loop wasn't straight, so that's bad. But yeah. Let's see. And kind of watch your thread, because sometimes it starts to get knotted, which is a bit of a pain. And for the record, it is not the end of the world if your stitches are not all even, okay? Mine are definitely not on either side. Not that you can tell with this one so much. Might be easier with the other one, but that one disappeared when I... Okay, here we go. There it is. And I don't actually know how well this elastic holds up. We will see. I know that once elastic stretches out, these can be difficult to manage, but I don't know. I get kind of frustrated once I get to the point where I'm stitching the letters. I usually only do 1 to 3 letters at a time, and then I give up for a while, and I put it down, and I come back later. Pay attention to how you feel. You don't need to overwhelm yourself while you're working on this. Speaking of which, if you watched the diamond painting video, I don't remember what week it was that I did that. I don't know if that was last week or the week before, even 3 weeks ago. But I'm maybe like a third of the way through. I've been trying to get it done because I have 2 more to do. I on one hand I enjoy this, on the other hand I really want the project to be finished already, so that A, I can put up the painting, and B, see how it looks, and C, get my desk back. Because you can't really, I mean, okay, so I saw that my cousin was doing one, and she didn't take the film off all the way. She just peeled it off enough to work on the project a little bit at a time and just like keeps peeling it off to do that. And that's actually really smart. That way you actually can pick it up and move it around. I did not do that. I followed the instructions, which said to tape it to a surface and to peel off the whole thing. And in the future, I think I'm gonna be doing it my cousin's way, especially if I know that I can't commit to finishing the whole thing at once. So that is pretty smart. I don't know if like that was her idea, but that is pretty smart. So I probably should have at least used the bathroom before I got up to do this today. Yeah. Oh, but I literally did order like 20 Zoc straps, okay? And that is so not cool. But I felt, I don't feel guilty about it. I don't feel like that's a bad thing. They actually do help me, and they actually are making a difference, the ones that I already have. And I don't know, I feel like it's going to be okay. I feel like everything's going to be okay for the most part. I've also kind of been having a bit of an identity crisis, so that's been fun. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. I just don't know what I'm doing with my life anymore, you know? I was always just counting on being a mom and an author, and now all of a sudden I'm a lot more than that too. Like I just started my own publishing business and stuff, and I just don't really know what is going to happen with my life. And there's also the element of like, what am I going to do that's going to make money, and when is it going to start making money? Because I'm doing like 6 different things right now. Like I have my Redbubble shop and my books and my publishing business and my freelance writing and editing business, and I'm not making any money. So, um, and I don't feel like I'm doing too much, honestly, because I'm not focusing on all of it. A lot of it's just set up and I leave it be. And like this YouTube thing, this helps me. This is good for me. So it's not like I really don't think of this as part of the business aspect. It's not like I'm going back and editing the videos. All I do is the most hard work about this is I have to go find the links for the Amazon things. Not that I'm sure that's even worth it, because I haven't made any money off that either. No one's bought anything. But yeah. The so that's okay. So for reference, this is how much string I had left at the end, which is kind of a bit, but I like having leftovers, so I don't have to worry about it. You know, I can get kind of panicky if I think that's gonna stop. So I'm going to do the top with green, so it'll be more visible. I should have, for picking such a light color, I shouldn't have done this color on white. This color is one that's good to do on black, not white. So let's do green. And this stitch is a lot easier and a little bit faster. Maybe actually they're both pretty fast. That's one thing I like about these stitches. And these are about as complicated as stitches I know how to do. I want to learn more. One of these weeks I'll be doing embroidery kits, how to do an embroidery kit when you're depressed. I've never learned how to do them, so I hope the instructions for the stitches come in the kit. We will see what happens. My little sister wanted me to make one of them for her for Christmas last year, and I didn't know how to do it then either, obviously, and I was too depressed to learn, so I did not even learn. You know, sometimes things are just too much. Oof. Just heard someone walk up the stairs and down the stairs, and it sounded like maybe, just maybe, a package might have been dropped, and I'm just always hoping there's a package that's been dropped. I'm waiting for so many packages. Okay, So I just tied a knot on the end of the string. This time I'm only using one thread. I'm just going to start at the end. And the nice thing about this is we don't have to worry about the fact that there's loose strings and knots over here because we're going to sew over them. Not today. I'm not doing that today. But yeah. So this one, you start the same way, but a lot closer, and you don't tie the knot. That's all this one is. We're just making little loops. I'm thinking about making extras of these and maybe doing words or quotes, little short quotes, phrases to do with my books, and then like offering to sell or give them away at my tables at like conventions and stuff, and like give away like signings and stuff. We'll see. I also just ordered some necklaces that say my story isn't finished yet to do the same sort of thing with them, or give away and giveaways. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know yet what I would do for those. I might be sick of these by the time I finish all 9 of my words, especially since I'm doing one of them twice, so that's 10 words. Since I finished my radiant one, and then I'm sticking to the same kind of pattern with all of these. We will see. But as far as the whole work thing, I really am torn. Because I vowed that I would never work for someone else again. And that's not the reason I'm not working. Honestly, the reason is the depression. I cannot keep a job down because I've been so depressed. And I don't know if that's changed yet or when it'll change. But as time goes by, I'm thinking more and more that I actually would rather be the working parent, not the stay-at-home parent. That I'd really love to go into the work field, into the workforce, and get a real job and work with real life other people. But I don't know what I would do because I'm not doing entry level. I am worth more than that, and I'm not doing that to myself. And I just don't know what I do. And it's hard because like I know I have the skills to be like copywriters and editors and stuff. Like I've worked at it long enough, but I don't have a bachelor's, and everybody's asking for bachelor's degrees. So we'll just keep praying about it, I guess. It'd be really nice if I could take over and do that because my husband would be able to work from home and do more at home than I could. We'll see. Things might have to switch up just because he wants to do. Like he is now being paid to be a dungeon master. So hey, if you're interested in paying someone to be your DM, let me know. I'll hook you up with my husband. That could be taken in a weird way, and please don't take that in a weird way. I have way too many dirty-minded friends, and I don't know why lately, but my mind keeps going to all the places. Not all the places, I'm sure, but a lot of the places their minds go. And it's been so long since I've even talked to any of them. We don't know what's up with that. Woo. Sometimes I just let the thread dangle with the needle to untwirl if that's an issue. So this time I usually try harder than this to make sure that it's, maybe this color scheme does work even though we won't be able to really see any of the colors on the white. I would recommend both colors for white, by the way, but the word is welcoming, and a lot of the things that go into being welcoming are things that are there but you don't necessarily notice, like you don't necessarily know at first or realize at first what it is that's making a person or like why you're being drawn to them. When you look, they're there, kind of like these colors. Like I'm guessing that with these colors, it's not going to look empty, even if it doesn't look full. Even if you have to look closer to see that it actually isn't empty. So kind of like how I did integrity, such a dark color that you can barely see it, because integrity should be there even if no one can see you. That was kind of the thing. I don't know if I like straight up had that thought process when I was doing it, but I definitely had it like subconsciously, I just really like, as an author, I love that kind of thing. I love doing that kind of thing in my books too, or like, the equivalent. This means that I'm going to be doing the bottom line out of the cream that you can barely see though. I'm seriously wondering about how this is going to look. I mean, I know it'll look fine. It should look fine. I do like this color scheme. It reminds me of this one tulip painting that I've seen on Amazon that I really love. Maybe that's why. But I keep doing mint and turquoise for like everything. This is the first time I've done pink on so far. The only reason I didn't do mint or anything for Gallant was because I did Gallant get red, yellow, and blue to look like superheroes. Superhero colors. I have a knot in my thread and it won't go through the elastic. So we gotta figure out how to get that undone. I'm just gonna use the needle to try to poke at the head of the knot. And that worked. Okay. Didn't it? Oh, it didn't work. Maybe I didn't pull it apart enough. So yeah, that's a bit annoying. It is 8:30. This is one of the drawbacks of using long string, but I don't want to I don't know how to tie knots and to make it look nice here, so. Yeah, this is, maybe if I just pull hard enough. I just broke it. Yeah, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull out this thread and do it over. Because this sucks. But I'd rather pull it out and do it over than have to deal with tying a knot and having it not look nice. This will honestly be easier anyway. I'll have to get a new thread. That's okay because I still have more. Ooh, well, that's fun. I don't know how long this is going to take. Yeah, that kind of ruined my willingness to work on this though. So let me just explain to you guys how I do this, the rest of it. The letters, let me use this as an example. The letters and everything of stitching like this is only on one side. It's not on the other side. It's pretty easy to make it do that once you see it. Like you can just stick your needle through only the fabric that's on the thread that's on the front. And I kind of check as I go to make sure that it's through. And I'm still working on the stitches, like how to do the stitches to make it look nice. I don't know how to do that yet. I don't know if you can tell. But I kind of try using the same knots. And for these, I don't know. I mean, you can really just do whatever you want. But I stop when I get too frustrated because at that point it gets too overwhelming. It makes me too depressed. Once I get to the stitching of the letters, though, that's why I have this light here. It's not on yet. Sorry, just blinded myself. But that's what that's for, so that I can actually see the elastic as I'm going. And I just have to be done. I'll come back to this later and finish it up later. Maybe I'll put a picture on my Facebook page. Because I think it'll look super duper cute when it's done. But yeah, I'll go now. And I'll go distract myself by doing something else so I don't get too mad at myself for screwing that up. Excuse me. Because that's not a good thing to do, guys. Don't push yourself so far that you make yourself mad over something that you were doing to relax. All right. Anyway, I think that's about it for now. So I hope that you guys know that you are loved, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. By the way, until tomorrow, all of my books are free on Amazon. You can go check it out. My name is Mariah K. Porter. The first book in my fairy tale series is That Prince Guy. These are books that have themes of depression and hope, and they're written in a light and engaging way. People really, really love them. So, let me just go figure out how to end this now because they changed things up and I will be gone.